Eliza had always imagined herself becoming a mother one day. But as the years passed and countless doctor visits confirmed her fears, she found herself facing a heartbreaking reality. She couldn't bear children. With every friend announcing their pregnancies and every family member asking about her future plans, the weight of her sorrow grew heavier. Eventually, she came to a decision. Marriage, for her, wasn't meant to be. Why would anyone want to marry a woman who couldn't provide a family? Determined to protect herself from more pain, Eliza threw herself into her career and hobbies, deciding that maybe love and marriage were not in her future after all. That was until she met Zian. They crossed paths in the most unexpected way, at a cafe halfway, across the world while both were traveling solo. Eliza had been sitting quietly, sipping her coffee, when Zian, a man with an infectious smile, bumped into her, spilling half her drink. Apologetic and charming, he insisted on buying her a new one. It turned out they were staying at the same hotel, and over the next few days, they kept running into each other. Soon, what started as casual conversations evolved into long, heartfelt talks. Eliza hesitated to tell Zian about her inability to have children, fearing it would drive him away. But one evening, while they watched the sunset over a beach in Bali, she gathered the courage. "I have to tell you something," she said, her voice soft but heavy with emotion. "I can't have children. I've known for years, and it's something that's always made me feel incomplete, I guess." Zian turned to her, his eyes warm and understanding. "Eliza," he said gently, taking her hand, "I didn't fall in love with you because of the idea of having kids. I fell in love with you. You're enough for me, just as you are." Tears welled up in her eyes, and she felt a weight lift off her shoulders. She had been holding on to this fear for so long that she hadn't allowed herself to hope for this kind of love. I thought no one would want me because of it," she confessed. Zian smiled, wiping away a tear from her cheek. "Well, that's where you're wrong. Besides," he added with a mischievous grin, "it just means more time for the two of us to travel the world and get into all kinds of adventures." Eliza laughed, her heart feeling lighter than it had in years. "Adventures, huh? Are you sure you can handle me as your only travel partner? I hear I'm a terrible navigator." "I'm counting on it," Zian teased. "That way we'll always get lost, and I'll have an excuse to spend more time with you." "Oh, so you're using my lack of direction to your advantage?" "Absolutely," Zian replied with a wink. "Plus, who needs a map when we have each other?" Eliza chuckled, shaking her head. "You're impossible. And you love it," he said, grinning. She sighed dramatically, but her smile gave her away. Okay, I do love it. But if we end up lost in the middle of the desert, I'm blaming you." "Deal," Zian said, squeezing her hand. "As long as we're together, I wouldn't mind being lost anywhere." From that day on, Eliza no longer felt like she was missing something. With Zian by her side, the world seemed full of possibilities. They traveled together, exploring hidden gems and well-known cities, laughing over their misadventures and savoring quiet moments in beautiful places. And every time someone asked about their future or children, Zian would just smile and say, "It's just the two of us, and we wouldn't have it any other way." And Eliza knew, deep in her heart, that she wouldn't either.